Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am making a wreath. I don't know what it's going to be yet. We're going to have to see. I'm going to have all my colors picked out. It's presumably going to be an Easter wreath, because what else would it be? But yeah, I have 2 rolls of mesh already cut. This is a cream color with gold in it. We see that okay? Kinda. Oh, my lights are so weird now. And this is a unicorn mesh. That's what it's called. It is a pink, purple, minty, kind of bluish green ombre with gold in it. So this is very, I mean, I think you could, but you can barely see that. It's extremely thin. I used this mesh before and I was not at all happy with how the wreath came out because it was so thin. So this is a little denser. Let's see how it works as a base mesh. Put that one on top because that's the pretty one. So I think I'm just, I can find the end of this. I'm just gonna do ruffles. Everything's cut to 20 inches. And both of these meshes came from Craft Outlet. My wreath is a 14, actually I realized they were 14 and a half or 14 and a quarter. Wreath frame from Dollar Tree, and it is wired with 18 pipe cleaners, 3 in each section. 1 on the inner 2 rings between the brackets, 2 on the outer 2 rings between the bracket and the middle pipe cleaner. So 2 here. 1 here. And then how do we want to do this? I want this to look its best. Like, I think this is a very hard mesh to work with because it is so thin. So I want it to be able to shine. I just yeah, I guess I'll just do ruffles. I don't have a lot of ribbon choices for this because it is so pale, but I have a leftover Christmas ribbon that I've cut for some tails, and I have another one that I bought to go with this mesh, so we should be okay. The dog is running back and forth between the chair that's behind me. That's his $400 recliner, not mine. Oh, it should be his. I never sit in it. Running back and forth between his recliner and the kitchen so he can grab 4 pieces of food and then come in here and eat it. He can't eat without an audience, even though I am not facing him, not looking at him. He just needs to know somebody's there. I'm watching, baby, I know. So it is Sunday. That was my stomach or my mouth or my throat or something. It is Sunday, January 3rd. I don't know when you guys are going to see this, but that's what day it is. And I think the world goes back to normal tomorrow. You know, the holidays are like officially almost over. Thank God. Like, I want kids back in school, I want people back at work. I want my 7 a.m. trips to Walmart to be my 7 a.m. trips to Walmart again. Actually went to Walmart today because I got my stimulus money, and I was like, I'm gonna buy me something I've always wanted. And when I left, I spent $12. So whatever I've always wanted is clearly not at Walmart. I thought about buying a little TV, like a small TV, and a cheap TV to stream to, but I don't know. I need a new laptop, but I also don't know. I want a Nintendo Switch so I can play Animal Crossing, but again, I don't know. I will go in there, I will go anywhere and, you know, find something as a gift for somebody and not bat an eyelash at, you know, spending $200, $100, whatever. But like when it's for me, I'm like, I don't know that I need that. I don't know that I deserve that. I don't know that I should treat myself. I really want the Switch, but that just seems so, like it seems so decadent. I'll probably just pay on the credit card and pay off businesses. Medical stuff for when he was sick at the beginning of December. I mean, that's for me, you know. Like I want to go to Michael's, but every time I go to Michael's, I never find anything, and it just makes me depressed because everything's so expensive. See why they call this unicorn mesh. This is another like really light looking wreath, and the last one I did like this I did not like, so let's hope this one works out better, huh? So yeah, I went to Walmart this morning and there's like 7 Christmas things left and it's 75% off, and I was like, who wants this stuff? And there was a woman, she was digging through everything, and I was like, I don't want enough. But they do have all their Christmas florals, which admittedly is not a lot. They have them in the craft department, and I don't think anybody's like really going over there. So as soon as that hits 90%, I'm going and I'm buying every piece of boxwood in the store. I mean, I did that when they were 50% off. I did it today when they were 75% off. So hopefully I can get them when they're 90% off and they're only 10 cents. Business. There's no need to bark. You know, we live in a neighborhood of inconsiderate people who can't do anything quietly. What else did I do today? I took a nap. Came home from Walmart, took a nap because I wasn't feeling, I don't know, I wasn't feeling bad. I was just depressed, and I was like, let me just sleep the day away, and that never worked. I mean, I was sleeping for like an hour. And now I'm still looking for something to watch on, a new TV show to watch, because I finished Sabrina. Finished Sabrina, so I'm going to talk about Sabrina for a second. If you want to skip ahead, if you haven't watched the final season, you know, skip ahead, but it's been out for a couple months now, so I think if you were going to watch it, you probably would have already. What did I think? Worst series finale I think I've ever seen in my life, and that is saying a lot, because remember the Roseanne's original season finale where it turned out Dan was dead and everything was a dream? That was better than this. Where not only does the main character die, And I get that. I get hurt. I get like, oh, she sacrificed herself for the town and for all the people in the world, and oh, blah blah blah. And I was okay with that. I didn't love it, but I was kind of watching it like towards the end, and I was like, I kind of hope she dies. Just because I thought like thematically that would have made the most sense. So then we get to the very end where she's in the sweet hereafter, and the boyfriend shows up and tells her that he's killed himself so he can be with her forever. I have problems with that. I have a lot of problems with that. I have a lot of problems with a TV show having an ending, a TV show that is marketed towards a teenage crowd. Oh crap, my Christmas thing fell. A teenage audience that romanticizes suicide. And I was like, what did you just do? I said, you've had like this incredibly inclusive show. You've had actors and actresses of color. You've had LGBT representation. You were doing so well, and then this? I was just like, are they serious? And even if it gets picked up by another channel, and even if they figure out a way to get Sabrina back and get what's his name back, what's his name? Nick. He still killed himself because they couldn't be together. Have we learned nothing from Romeo and Juliet? Like, hasn't Netflix established themselves as, when they were establishing themselves as a streaming service, like 13 Reasons Why was their big show. Whole show is about the dangers of teenagers getting bullied and committing suicide. And then in Sabrina, they're like, you know what? It would be cute if he killed himself to be with her. No. It was like 11:30 last night. I stayed up trying to finish it, and when I got to that last scene and he just showed up, and I was like, is he here to rescue? And then he's like, oh no, I killed myself. And I was like, I was so angry. I was like, this is so irresponsible. This is bad writing. Terrible. But it did make me kind of want to go back and rewatch the season. I wanted to do that before the last part came out, but I didn't realize the last part was coming out until like a week before it came out. And then it was out. And then I watched it, and then I got to the end, and I got to that crap. Just like if she had died protecting the world, saving the world, fine. Buffy did it. Not that Sabrina's anything near Buffy, but yeah, I would have been like, okay, well that sucks, but you know, she did save the world. She's kind of like a hero. And then just, I don't know. And then they had all these like, did they not know they were not going to get renewed for another season when they started writing this? Because there are so many unanswered questions. And I was like, either they did this knowing that they were going to get picked up by HBO Max because HBO owns Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers owns the rights to Sabrina. So Sabrina could leave Netflix and go to HBO Max for another season. I don't know. I was just like, it's one of those things that made me so angry and like so disappointed in the show that I was like, ugh, do I even want to finish watching this if it does come back? But apparently Netflix, this is something interesting if you have Netflix and you get attached to their shows that they always end up canceling. Netflix doesn't anticipate shows sticking around for more than 3 or 4 seasons, because after 3 or 4 seasons of being on a show is when the actors are usually like, hey, can we get some more money for doing this for 4 years when we could be doing other stuff? And pre-existing shows don't bring in new subscribers. So they're not going to produce more Sabrina or more Sense8 or more of the OA or, you know, anything like that. Kimmy Schmidt got canceled because they were no longer bringing in new customers. And I was like, that is so crappy, because like people get attached to, like, I'm not attached to Sabrina, but like Sense8, I can't even bring myself to watch the movie, because if anything happens to any of those people, I don't think I can handle that. Okay, I am just like, why is this so full? Like, I get it's got double ruffles on it, but still, come on. I want to try one time, like, I cut these together, so they're kind of stuck together already. I want to, like, ruffle them together and see what I get. I know it wouldn't be as dense, but it would be quicker. I just don't know if it would look any better, or really any different at all. Yeah, see, my problem with this mesh is that it's so light, it's so pale, that it's kind of not giving off any color at all. Like, I'm seeing more yellow from the ivory than I am any of the other colors. But we're gonna see. Okay, Sabrina ran over. I don't know. Oh, I get to go back to the doctor Tuesday, for my 1-month Zoloft increase checkup. Oh, that was a mouthful. I still don't feel, I don't know. I feel better than I did those first 2 weeks. Those first 2 weeks I was just like, why am I here? Why am I alive? I don't want to be alive. Now I'm like, okay, I guess being alive isn't so bad. But I'm still just like, not motivated. Like, I was laying in bed, like staring at nothing, and I was like, I guess I'll get up and make a wreath. And I talked to my mom, and she's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm gonna make a wreath. And she's like, haven't you made like 3 wreaths a day? And I was like, yeah, but I don't, what else am I gonna do? I wanna go talk to my friends. Like, I need to continue cleaning up this room. I need to clean my office, something terrible. There's plenty of stuff for me to do. I don't wanna. But then I also don't want to lay in bed and watch TV or watch a movie or any of that. My mom's supposed to be coming over tomorrow, and I'm hoping we can go do something that'll, I don't know, lift my spirits some. Because like, I've always been depressed, but now it feels like a different kind of depression. Like, less a feeling like, oh, boo-hoo, which I know, like, depression is different for everybody, but like, it feels less of like a state of mind than it is like a physical thing now. Like, it feels more tangible, I guess, because I'm just like, oh, I don't feel like doing anything. Like, I was so excited to go to Walmart this morning because it was going to get me out of the house. And it's just, I think I just feel weird because it's a Sunday and I hate Sundays. I have always hated Sundays. That is what childhood trauma will do to you. Let me tell you, when I was a kid, I would get so upset on Sundays still that I would like make myself sick because I knew I had to go back to school on Monday and I didn't want to go back to school. I never wanted to go to school. But it was especially bad when I think it was when I was in 5th grade. I mean, I was not young, but I started suffering from like anxiety induced insomnia because on Mondays we had Spanish and the Spanish teacher was terrible. I am not saying that because I didn't do good in her class. She had an extremely heavy accent. You could not understand what she was saying in English, so I definitely could not understand what she was saying in Spanish. And she would always call on people and be like, okay, read whatever. And I would, she would call on me and I would just like completely freeze because I couldn't read any of it. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand what she was saying. And I would always, the night before, I remember it being like 11 o'clock at night and me not being able to sleep because I was so worried about going to a school the next day, and I would go watch TV with my dad in my parents' bedroom. And he was always watching something like Gunsmoke or something. But like I couldn't sleep, and it was like, I mean, 11 o'clock is late when you're in 5th grade. And I remember it got so bad one night and I started throwing up. And he was like, you gotta stop all of this. And I was like, he wasn't yelling at me. He was just like, you gotta grow up and stop being so scared about this or like worried about this. And I remember I don't know what, my mom must have slept through that. I don't know how, because I was throwing up in their bathroom. But I don't know. But that was my Sunday thing. I have a Sunday thing and I have a Looney Tunes thing, because Looney Tunes was the last show that came on Nickelodeon before it switched to Nick at Night. And when it switched to Nick at Night at 7 o'clock, kids, that used to happen. If you're too young to remember that, what are you doing on this channel? Go live your life. It would switch from Nickelodeon to Nick at Night, and Looney Tunes would be the last thing that would come on at like 6 and 6:30. And I used to like watching it, but it always meant that when it was over, it was like nighttime. So I can't watch Looney Tunes to this day. I guess 2021 is the year of me sharing all the personal trauma from my childhood and everybody being like, oh my god, this is so uncomfortable. I still have nightmares about going to school. I have nightmares about going to school, I have nightmares about being late, and I have nightmares about getting lost. Which I don't know what I'm worried about being late for, because I literally never go anywhere. I haven't been expected to be on time somewhere besides like a doctor's appointment in years. It hasn't been like, hey, I'm getting married at 7, make sure you're there. And even if that was the case, I would never be late, but I'm always worried about being late. I used to worry about driving and like getting lost, because I got lost one time when I was driving. But like, my phone's always with me, and if it dies, I can just charge it in my car. So like, I'm better with that now, because you know, the maps app will pretty much get you out of any situation. Oh my god, I feel like I've been doing this forever. Okay, I only have 2 left. Can you guys even see any color in this? It's so pale. Ugh, I don't know if I like this. I don't know. Over here being traumatized. Re-traumatizing myself. I also used to think a lot when I was a kid that my dad was trying to kill us. These one time, I think have I told this? I've probably told this before. I was watching him. We're like outside. It was during the summer. We used to be outside all the time in the summer because we had a great big pool, and he would barbecue like every weekend. He's terrible at barbecuing, but I saw him. He was barbecuing like steaks or something, and I saw him take something out of his pocket and sprinkle it on the meat. I know I told this story, but he sprinkled something on the meat, and I was like, is he? And then he put it back in his pocket, and I was like, is he poisoning us? And I got so scared that I wouldn't eat anything. And then I asked him, I said, what was that stuff you were sprinkling on the meat? And he took it out of his pocket. He's like, it's meat tenderizer. And I was like, oh. He's like, it tenderizes the meat. And I was like, oh. And he's like, what did you think it was? And I was like, nothing. And then another time, we were coming back from somewhere, and he went like this back way because there was a wreck or something on the interstate. We were driving through all these like really dark places I had never been before, and I was like, he's gonna kill us. He's gonna kill us all. But he didn't. Obviously. Can you imagine if I was like, and he did, and I'm a ghost? Things that happen in your childhood can mess you up for so long. Like, I shouldn't be scared of Looney Tunes. I know they used to have that Easter special, and I love that Easter special, and I want to watch that Easter special, but like, I'm just like, so this mesh, I cut it at 19 inches, and I ended up with exactly 18 pieces. So this is why you cut it at 19 inches instead of 20. You go right there for while I do this last bit here. I also think my fear of being lost comes from me and my mom used to take naps before I went to school. Like, I would take a nap. I thought she was taking a nap with me, but she would just wait until I fell asleep, and then she would go, like, you know, do laundry or the dishes or something. And I woke up from my nap one time and she wasn't there, and I like freaked out. And I remember we had this cat, Felix, who like, he was so lovable, and he was like rubbing. I was sitting on the front porch crying, like bawling my eyes out, and he was like rubbing up against me, and I was like, get away. I was like, I don't know where mom is. Mom's gone. And then she came back and she's like, what's wrong? And I was like, I thought you were gone forever. And she's like, I was next door. Like, calm down. I'm gonna need to take a Valium before this video is over. Alright. This is a 1.5 inch ribbon from Craft Outlet. It has the pink, the purple, and even a little bit of this kind of, it's very faint. Like, it's so faint, I can't even tell. Where's the rolled up, the whole, I have another roll of this that's rolled up, and you can see the colors a little bit better, but I have no idea where that is. But yeah, I don't know where this is going. I want to try to get this crease out because that is a big one. All right, and look what's over here, y'all. Can y'all see this? Look at that. That's not the peg that went flying behind the table. It's another one. I think I want it coming this way, maybe. And I'm using my 12-inch ruler just because I want to save some ribbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That is a lot of ribbon. 18 feet is what, 6 yards? Should I pair this with something else I'm not using so much of this? I'll still have enough to make those. Oh, wow. I usually don't cut 18 of these, but I figured I was going to need a little bit more coverage because I was apprehensive about the mesh. So yeah, I got my little thing back. So I'm going to cut, I don't know, I'm just going to grab a couple of these at a time and dovetail them all over the place clearly. This is pretty ribbon, huh? I mean, not like pretty, but it's like, you know, it's glittery, it's fun. It goes with our unicorn aesthetic. For anyone wondering, I'm just cutting these and letting them fall all over the floor, and then I sweep afterwards because it's too much for me trying to get everything in the garbage can. I'd rather clean up once than deal with a bunch of near misses. Or total misses, rather. This ribbon's shedding, and I don't like that. I think this was pretty inexpensive. I had this in a 2.5 inch too. But I was like, oh, I never have 2.5 inch. I never have 1.5 inch ribbon. And then I got my order and I was like, there's no 2.5 inch ribbon in here. Okay. So, yes. Here. Wait, hold on, y'all. Hold on. I couldn't find this the other day and I had to use my actual broom to clean up after I made a grapevine. And I'm shaking this to get the ribbon tails that flew out onto there off. And let's do the bounce test. Pretty good. And it's bouncing. What else do you want? And I am pairing it with this ivory and gold Christmas ribbon, which I can't tell which side is which. So, I guess it doesn't matter, huh? searching for pipe cleaners again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Snip it off. How's that look? I mean, it's just one in there. I don't know. I keep going back and forth between the 12 and 14 inches. That's why I think I should be doing 12 on the inside, 14 on the outside, but 14 inches really would have ate up even more of this ribbon. I got a new microphone yesterday and I did my first voiceover with it like 4 times last night, and then I did it again this morning, and I was like, oh man, it sounds so much better. Like, it's got the condenser thing on it so you can't hear me, like, because I do that because I'm always so thirsty. It sounds better, it's clearer. I don't have to do so much work editing it to make it sound better. I was like, well, this is $40 well spent. So I think all my short videos are going to go to voiceovers. And then for people who enjoy sitting here listening to me talk about my childhood trauma, you know, you can watch the long ones, if that's what you prefer. Have any of you joined me on Patreon? It hasn't started yet, so I don't know how it's going. As of this recording, it has not gone public yet. They are so weird. Every time I went to go do something, I was like, okay, well, I guess like if people just want to give support and they're not going to get anything in return, like they just want to give me some money, but they're not like going to hang out on Patreon and they're not going to take advantage of everything, they just want to give me some money. I was like, if they're not getting anything, maybe they're going to be like $2. You know, it's enough for me to buy half a box of coffee. Like I would say like a cup of coffee, but I make my own coffee. I always see people on Patreon like, hey, this buys me a coffee, and I'm like, $8 buys you a coffee? You know, for $8 I would have coffee for a month and a half. I was just saying. So if anybody wants to send me $8 for 6 weeks worth of coffee, y'all can do that. But I'm like, okay, well, like $2 just to show your support. Like, if that's something people want to do, that's like a really reasonable thing. I don't expect anybody to, you know, because I get money from ads, I get money from selling wreaths. But if you want like additional access, or if you just want to support, I think the $2 is fine. So I set up that tier, and as soon as I set it up, they're like, most people start their first tier at $10. And I was like, you want me to charge $10 for nothing? Like that's what you're getting. Like, you are just, all you're doing is giving me $10 a month, and you're only getting access to my YouTube channel, which you could also get for $0 a month. So I was like, why is that like in the tutorial for setting this up? So then like I go to do something else and I set it at like $5, and they're like, what about $15? And I'm like, no. So I had all these different tiers set up. One of them was, it went from like $2 for general support, which is just That's just you giving me money. And then it was like $5 for access to the Patreon post, and then like, you know, it was like $10 for access to the posts, and then videos, and then access to live streams and message, you know, all this stuff that you can add on. And then the final one was $150, which gave you access to everything all the other tiers did, except you also got a wreath, which I thought was a good idea. And if you have $150 and you wanna, it would be like a Wreath of the Month club where you would get a wreath. And then I was like, how many wreaths? Like, if you support me for a year, first of all, that's a lot of money. Secondly, do you need 12 wreaths? And I didn't want to get stuck. It wouldn't have been like everybody gets the same wreath. It would have been like, this is a wreath that I'm doing in this video. It's in Etsy, it hasn't sold, so somebody gets this wreath that is a member of that tier on Patreon. And then I was looking at it the other day because I was like trying to finalize everything before my new videos start uploading on the 11th. And I was just like, you know what? $5. I said $5 gets you access to everything. I can't. It was not that it was complicated. I was just like, this is so dumb. And like I realized that the more money I make, the more money they make. So naturally they're going to push you to charge more. But I don't know. Maybe I just don't get it. I'm not signed up for anybody's Patreon. Just because, and as someone with a Patreon now, just because I don't see, like the creators that I would support, they don't have one. And the people who do have one are people who are making thousands and thousands of dollars a day on their social media. So I'm like, well, you know, I like you, but I don't know. I just don't have money to be subscribing to everybody's Patreon. But if you do really like a creator and they do have a Patreon and you want to support them, I think it's a good way to do it. Even if you're not gonna, like, you know, I'm not giving anybody anything exclusive. Like, I'm not gonna hide anything behind a paywall for you guys. I filmed my first Patreon video this morning and it was me finishing a wreath that I felt needed some extra stuff. It was like 3 minutes long of me just gluing a pick into a wreath that I felt needed a little extra something. So I mean, like, you're not missing out on anything, I don't think. I mean, I may do like live streams on Patreon, but I don't know what they would be because I'm not going to sit down and make a wreath and not record it to post on YouTube. So would I do the live stream? Also, a live stream for me would be like 3 hours long. You know how long these videos take to make? I'm so slow. My hands hurt, and I'm very shaky today too for some reason. Yeah, I guess I would live stream it while I'm recording it with my camera, and then post it on YouTube, like maybe just the short version of me doing a voiceover. So because I can't like save the comments I'm answering or the questions I don't know. I don't know. And I don't really know how it Not that it doesn't sit right with me. I'm making this wreath right now because I've had a bad day. Not really a bad day. I'm tired. This medicine is killing me. I'm doing this because I don't feel good, because I'm not happy, and I don't have the support system that I would love to have in place. Like, my mom's worked all day. I can't call her and be like, hey, can you come over and just hang out with me? And my sister never wants to be here, so I can't call her. And my friends, what friends? You know, I can't call Michelle every time I'm sad because she has a life and my friends have kids and lives, and it's just me. So I guess I feel when I come on here to make a wreath, and I'm not coming on here to make a wreath, I'm coming on here to talk. I'm just making a wreath while I'm talking. You know what I mean? So I guess I feel like I'm already getting so much out of this, and I'm getting the money from the ad revenue, and if I sell the wreath, I'm getting the money from that. It just seems like, why are you asking for more? And I'm not asking for more. I am giving people an opportunity to give if they want to, because this did not come free. I bought all this with my own money. It's just a way to show some support if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. But I just want to make absolutely sure that everybody knows you are not losing access to anything if you don't sign up for Patreon. Like, I've already, I saw a very popular channel, like very popular. They upload almost daily. It's not a wreath making channel. I just don't want to say, because I don't want to bring it up again, because it turned like so ugly so quickly that they had to delete the original video. I watch this channel religiously. Like, it is the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning. I check to see if they've uploaded a video, because I just love the channel. And when they started their channel membership, when you get to 35,000 subscribers, I think, you can start a channel membership where it's like, $5 a month, and you get access to like special emojis, and you get to vote, and I don't know. I don't know. I was looking into it, and I was like, 35,000 subscribers. I was like, well, I can't do that, and I'll be doing that when I'm 47. That's when I finally have that many subscribers. But they posted a video basically saying that, for the people who joined the channel, they would be getting more videos, and videos would be filmed specifically for the paying members, and they would get access to, basically saying that we're putting some of our content behind a paywall. And I think the thing is that some of their videos that they normally would have posted on their channel for free would have gone to the paying members. And as you can expect, that did not go over well with the followers, with the subscribers. And the video came down, went right back up with the first part edited out, and they're just like, hey, we're sorry, we were just like trying to get some feedback, and now we have it, like, you guys are not interested in that. And I just feel like that, like, if you get to a point where people are willing, like, you have so many subscribers that people are willing to support you financially in other means besides just watching the videos, like, the reason they're doing that is because they've gotten you that far, Like, you could be the best at something in the world, but if you don't have any subscribers, if you don't have any people who like you, then you don't go any further. And then you're turning around and being like, hey, thanks for getting us here. Now we're going to charge you for it because we can. Let me tell you, it was like a fart in church. I was watching it and I was like, oh my God. I was like, this comment section, and then all of a sudden the video was gone. I was like, wow, what happened? What had happened? And then the video was back up with a new introduction. They were like, sorry. We really misjudged the audience here. I was like, you think? So I don't like that. I don't like when creators, like, I know, like, I guess there's a big difference between like what I'm doing here and what like beauty bloggers or vloggers, freaking vloggers, they do nothing and they get so much money. But like when they're going somewhere and they're like charging people to like hang out with them to get a picture, that's gross. Those people got you where you are. Like, that's disgusting. Like, quit being gross. And quit wearing such stupid outfits. Why do all of them dress so stupid? Y'all ever meet me? Y'all be like, hey Adam, I like your Mickey Mouse pajama pants. And I'll be like, thanks. And I'll be like, and I like your sweater. I like your hoodie. And I'll be like, thanks, I've been wearing it for 4 days now. That's what meeting me is going to be like. When I go to the big Wreath convention and we have a meet and greet, y'all are going to come over and be like, hey Adam, I really like that you have on 2 different socks. And I'll be like, thank you. It was not a fashion choice. I just couldn't find any other socks. Oh god, my battery's at 0. My external battery. This is kind of cheering up, huh? I mean, the conversation and the wreath. I don't know, these pale wreaths, they're just like... Especially because I know most houses do have white doors. Okay, go eat your food. You do not need to go OUT. I have 4 more of these to do. And then we will see about, I don't know, making you a meatloaf. My poor dog, y'all. I bought some CHEESE today. And I can't buy it in, like, you know how when you buy slices, it comes in that little zipper thing and you open it up. My dog, if he hears that, he will, like, that's how I'm going to bring him back to life if anything ever happens to him. Like, I'm just going to open that thing, he's going to rise from the dead to come get the cheese. What's wrong? Huh? I know. Can I finish this? Can I finish this? So I started buying the ones that are, the pieces that are already cut for like crackers, because he doesn't know that sound, and he doesn't know that there's cheese in there. He's like, wait, what are you talking about? So I was eating some today when I got home, and he was like looking at me, he's like, what are you eating? And I was like, nothing, don't worry about it. Got nothing to do with you. I'm eating dog poison. It's not for you. And he's like, I don't know if I believe you. And I was like, it's okay, you don't have to. This would be cute if I had a sign to put like in the middle. I do have a giant sign. It's actually, I think it's a, I don't know if it's a sign. I think it's like a plate, but it's like a tin plate that says like Happy Easter. It's like a cookie tray, something. I don't know what it is. I'm sure I'll stick it in a wreath eventually and you'll be like, oh, okay, I get it. But yeah, that would, it's real, I mean, it's like this big, so I don't think this was the wreath. This would be the wreath for it, but. Y'all ever, like have time hop and it's like, hey, this is what happened. It caught me off guard because I wasn't paying attention, but on New Year's Day, one of my memories popped up and it was about a friend of mine that I went to high school with who died last year. Well, yeah, I guess it was that was my start of 2020, is that finding out that someone you went to high school with has died as soon as you wake up on New Year's Day. And it was in my memories, and it was my post, and then it was a post from his brother saying, you know, yes, this happened, Please, you know, keep his kids, his wife, our family in your thoughts. And I was just like, oh my God. This was a good guy too. Like, a lot of the guys I went to high school with, I had nothing to do with them. But he was a good guy. Business, I got one more to do and then we will go OUT, I promise. So don't go sneaking around the corner because I know what you're thinking. Yeah, I was like caught off guard and I was like, oh man. Not that I forgot that it happened because I didn't forget. But it wasn't, you know, it's not like the forefront of my mind. And I was like, wow, I'm going to have a whole year of remembering last year through Time Hop. Maybe it's time to uninstall, huh? Nobody wants to remember what happened last year. But I was kind of glad I saw it because I wanted to send his wife a message on Instagram or text her or something just to, not right now because obviously the first anniversary, like I don't want to be asking her, but you know, like maybe in the next week or so I'll try to remember to send her a message just asking how she's doing and if she needs anything, and tell her that I am thinking about her and her kids and Devin. Oh, what a good guy. Stephanie, my friend, had a birthday party one time and she hired this Snow White character actress, and she was like getting ready in the car and Devin went over there and it was like it was like a, you know, a Toyota Corolla that Snow White arrived in, and he was over there like knocking on the window and he's like, hey Snow White, what are you doing? And the guy who was like her handler, he's like, sir, this breaks the illusion for the children. And he's like, what are you doing in there, Snow White? What is that? You have a cell phone? Is that an eye? He was like screaming at her. He was a little drunk. He was screaming at her through the window. And I was just like, oh my God. I was like, Stephanie is not going to get her money back from this. And then he finally came back. And then she appeared because they were like parked down the street, because obviously Snow White does not arrive at your party in a Toyota Corolla. And she was like so on character, and he was like, man, she's hot, huh? And I was like, yeah, dude, she's hot. He's like, she kind of looks like Snow White. And I was like, no, she just kind of looks like a white girl with dark hair. Oh, maybe it was Cinderella. I think she was Snow White, though. Yeah. I was like, I was like, that's a white girl in a bad wig. He's like, no, she's hot, man. And I was like, okay, yeah, she's hot. One time when I'm just like babbling now. I used to go grocery shopping at night in my, you know, before the hurricane when I lived down here. Just because the stores are open 24 hours and it was so nice to just not have to deal with anybody. And I was grocery shopping one night and I saw him and I was like, oh. I saw him with somebody else and they were buying beer. And like I saw him at the corner of my eye and he saw me and I was like, oh, and I was like, yeah, I went to school with him. You know, I was pretty good friends with his, I don't know if they were married at the time. I assume they probably weren't because we were pretty young. And like I just kind of kept on doing what I was doing and he came over, he's like, Adam, how you doing? And I was like, good. How are you? And he's like, I'm good. I was like, how's everybody? He's like, they're good. He's like, you getting your grocery shopping done? And I was like, yeah, there was nobody here at night. He's like, I got you. So, I remember that like very clearly. But he like said hello to me after, you know, it was like 3 or 4 years after high school. But I was extremely popular, so, you know. Alright, so, here's a wreath with some ribbons. I don't know what the bow is going to be. I don't know what the sign is going to be. I don't know what the embellishments are going to be, but I know the baby dog needs to go OUT. Do you want to appear on camera? Come here. Ooh. Listen, every time I try to put you on camera, you don't seem to like it very much. of this over here. Let's just throw this across the room. Let's put you right there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, baby. What's wrong? Let me cover up your bald spot. No, it's very evident. We need to get you a bed then, What are you doing up there? Are you a YouTube superstar? Can you look up here? Look up here. Look at you! Oh no! Oh goodness, baby! Look at that tail. That tail never stops wagging. All right, y'all. I am going to go do dinner and take him out. You want to go outside? You want to go outside? You want to go outside? Okay, I'm gonna go do that, and then I will come back and we will finish up the wreath. All right, let's go outside. All right, our wreath base is looking pretty good. So I am going to make some bows, but I think I'm gonna measure first because I don't know how much ribbon I have. You know, it's hard to tell when you're looking at a spool and you're like, eh. All right, so I need like 6 24-inch pieces of each one. And this looks like I might be able to get it. I know I'll be able to get it out the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, we're good. So I'm starting off with this gold ribbon that we used in the wreath. 6-inch tail, 6-inch loop. And a 6-inch tail again. Then I'm coming this way with, you guessed it, 6-inch tail. 6-inch loop. 6-inch tail. And now I'm going to do that for the rest of my ribbon and the rest of my nose. Just alternating. You know, my tails are on this side, so I'm going to go on this side now. And I'm going to add, I think, a pink ribbon to this. So what's going on with you guys? It's the next day for me. I went off with my mom today. We went to Michael's because, I don't know, are you kidding? There's a split in this ribbon. I just, okay, it lucked out because it's in the middle, kind of. Went to Michael's with my mom today because I found out after a little digging that their grapevine wreaths that are 18 inches are cheaper than the ones at Walmart. Isn't that weird? Like, I always assume Walmart's got like the lowest prices on stuff, but not all this. And then I think I'm just gonna do this at like 4 inches. So I went there to get some grapevines, and they still had a bunch of Christmas ribbon, but it was all like, they had one, don't fall behind the table. They had one, it was 6 feet for $15. It was 40% off. That still makes it $4.50 for 2 feet. And I was like, no. And it said really thick, like the stuff that looks like sweaters or the stuff that was like flannelly. And I was like, this is cute and all, but not for me. So this is basically going to kind of look like a terry bow with more tails and loops and what have you. So yeah, we did that. We went to Target first because Michael's isn't open yet. I never go to Target. Every time I do, I'm just like, what is the appeal of this store? Like, I get it, but everything is so expensive. They had a Christmas tree. That was the only Christmas they had left was a Christmas tree. That must have been like the display. And it was really nice. It was only 7 feet. Now I would prefer 7.5. But it was really nice, and it was $40. And I was like, But I didn't get it because I already have 2 Christmas trees. I don't need a third. It was really nice. And I went to Dollar Tree where I got nothing. Because of course I'm looking for something, and you know, when you're not looking for anything, that's when you're going to spend $50 in Dollar Tree. But when you're looking for something, you're not buying anything. So yeah, that was my day today, and then I came home and I took a nap. And then I woke up and had a panic attack because I'm tired. I have a little bit of a headache. I had a little bit of a headache. It's mostly gone now, but I called my mom and I was just like I was just calling to talk to her, but she always knows. She's like, what's wrong? And I said, I don't feel good. I said, I'm tired. I have a headache. Like, being tired was worse than the headache because I don't know what's causing it. And I was like, my blood sugar must be high, but I'm out of test strips for one monitor. The battery for the monitor is dead anyway, so I found test strips for another monitor that had no battery. So, tore my kitchen apart looking for a replacement battery and finally found one, and I was like, my blood sugar's gotta be like 600, and that's why I feel so bad. No, my blood sugar was 110, and I was like, oh, okay. So that's not it. But like, I think my mom said something last week about us, you know, when she came over, when she had her day off of work, because I had asked her a while ago about going to Michael's, because I can go by myself. It's just, I do everything by myself. And she texted me this morning. She was like, what do you want to do? And I was like, oh, I want to go to Michael's. So she came over and I was like, do you want to go to Target before we go to Michael's? Because Target's, you know, Michael's isn't open yet. She's like, I don't want to do either. And I was like, then why did you come here? And she's like, well, I'm already here, so let's just go. And I was like, okay, so like, I've been having a very hard time recently. And all I wanted to do today was like hang out with my mom. And then I'm supposed to have a fun day when she comes over and says that. Like, oh hey, I don't want to be doing anything, but I am. Like, she could have just said, I'm gonna stay home today, you know, I'm really tired from work, whatever. So that was, I don't know, I was upset about that, and this spool fell off and is on the ground, so every time I try to do something, it's like pulling. Let's see, and now I have enough left to put in a different bow. And I'm not gonna have enough of this. Are you kidding me? How is this possible? So this entire spool of ribbon went into this one wreath. Okay, so what are we gonna do? And if I half it, let's see what happens. If I half it, I have 21 inches. So I could still do I care more about the loops than I do the tails. So let's put this in here. Oh man, that looks bad. Right. I care more about one loop than I do about the tails, I guess. So I'm gonna turn this over. Okay, so I miscalculated somewhere. Probably because every time you go around the ruler to make a loop, it gets a little shorter. I'll put this one in, I'm assuming the middle. That looks bad. So let's do this. We'll have one loop and one tail that's the right size, and then a little tail. Yeah, I was telling Michelle, I was like, I don't know, my mom like doesn't want to hang out with me. Not that she doesn't want to hang out with me, I just think, she works a lot, and last piece. I am killing rules over here. I just think, of course, Michelle was like, well, what do you think is going on? And I was like, I think she's just tired of me. Which I know that's not true. It's just, as longtime viewers of my channel might have noticed by now, I am not low maintenance. I am not a low maintenance child. I am not a child, but I am also not a low maintenance person. And the majority of dealing with me is what she has to deal with. Because I don't have a lot of friends. My sister just, for some reason, hates being around me. Every time, right? It's just like every time I'm like, you want to come over and watch a movie? And it's not because I need her to come over. Sometimes it's nice to not do everything by myself. This middle loop probably could have been a little smaller, but whatever. I had this as a backup in case I needed to do these two together, but we didn't. So yeah, today was just weird. And my mom didn't want to go eat, and I was like, that's weird. She always wants to go eat, but I think I had a protein shake and a handful of Teddy Grahams today because my stomach has just been, I don't know, openly revolting against me. Alright, can you just go around this one little ring right here? Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's been a weird day. And it still feels like my days are all still messed up because I still feel like New Year's Day was Sunday. So today must be like Wednesday, but it's not, it's Monday, and I hate when the holidays fall on like weird days. Alright, since this is a different one, that one goes in the middle, and these will go on either side. Let me try to open this up some. So I can judge how much space it will occupy. That look about right. Why am I zoomed in so much? Sorry about that, guys. Not on my A game today. Doctor's appointment with my primary tomorrow. I think I said that in the earlier part of the video. And that always makes me feel a little bit better just because she's like, you're not dying. She's like, I promise, here's your blood work. Because that's my thing. I always think when I don't feel good that I'm dying. I did it again. I need this pipe cleaner to come around this other ring. And it doesn't want to. Hopefully she can give me some insight into how I'm feeling, because since I switched medications, I have just been like in zombie mode, kinda. And I think that would be fine. Like sitting around, laying in bed, taking naps, watching movies, not really doing much of anything. Like I get how some people are like, oh man, that sounds awesome. Like, I wish. It causes me so much anxiety to be in bed and being like, I need to be cleaning the kitchen, I need to be editing a video, I need to be listing things on Etsy, I need to be making a wreath, I need to be doing this, doing that, whatever. So for me, that is not fun, and it is not relaxing. But this is relaxing. Where are you? You need to come. You go there. You come here. Okay. I have no idea what sign is going on this either. There's a giant Easter egg over there in the corner. Oh, and we were walking through Dollar Tree and I like checked my phone to see what time it was. I think I checked it to see what time it was, I don't know. And I sold a wreath today. It was my first wreath of the year. And it's a wreath that hasn't even been posted on YouTube yet, which I was like, oh. I was like, look, this one wasn't even advertised and somebody snatched it up. The burlap Valentine's wreath, not the burlap, the jute. Yeah, that was cool. When we came home, I got it all packaged up so I can drop it off at Walgreens tomorrow before my doctor's appointment, or after. It's probably before my doctor's appointment, because after my doctor's appointments, I am like totally dead. Okay, so like physically, but like mentally exhausted afterwards, because it's like, okay, can you cram everything that's wrong with you into the next like 20 minutes? And I'm like, okay, well this, and this. Alright, what else do we want to add to this? I don't know. I had this big, whoa, that's falling. I had this big Easter hunt thing, but yeah, it doesn't work with the bows. And I think I want this on something, not Easter hunt, egg hunt. I want this on something like a jute, you know, like a jute base. So I have a big bunny rabbit, but he doesn't seem right for this. I do want to cover my pipe cleaners, but I'm worried the ornaments might skew this a little nutcracker. I think these are too dark. So yeah, I'm gonna trim up all these tails, and I think I have some little styrofoam table, you know, vase filler things from Dollar Tree, and I'll go pick out all the white ones, and maybe I have pink ones. That'd be nice if I have pink ones. I probably don't though, but I'll look. Who knows? And then we'll work from there. It has been many days since I have worked on this wreath, because I was just like, what am I doing? Where is this going? Am I making the same wreath over and over again? Yes, I was. Will I continue to do so? Probably. But at least now I have a bunny to go in here. She's a little girl bunny. And I think she's really cute in this. I would like some Easter eggs and such. They're not out yet. And nothing I have really works, but maybe I'll figure something out after I get her in here. The other thing I have are my little base fillers. I'm going to take these and just pop them over my exposed pipe cleaners. Just not necessary, that's just what I want to do. But before we can do any of that, sit down here, ma'am. Ma'am. There comes a time when we have to do things that we would normally never do, things that we find morally reprehensible, but we got to do them, because hear that? You know what that is? That's your shipping cost going up. That's your wall, your door falling down, because she has a nice thick butt. I hate doing this. I don't know why. I know they're inanimate objects, but it's like I had a bunny when I was a kid. Okay, so all these animals that stand up like this, your gnomes, your bunnies, yeah, pretty much anything like this has this little bag of pebbles in the bottom. Get down, business. Oh, this dog. we have to remove that. I don't want this to be cut. This is going to be against the wreath, so I guess I can go in through here. I'm just going to make a little tiny snip. And then kind of use my... This would be obviously much better with a seam ripper, but let's be honest, we're going to do what we can do. Try to open the smallest hole you possibly can. And then let's just pray that this does not break. You're doing so good, sweetie. Ugh. I knew I should have gone to medical school. Okay. So that is not like terribly heavy, but it's heavy enough and it's leaking. So in the garbage it goes. Okay, we're almost done. I'm going to rearrange her insides slightly. Oh God, this is terrible. Yeah, and my little hole got really big. So I'm just moving some of the stuffing down to where that bag was. And now we will perform a little bit of bending. This doesn't have to be perfect. Just gonna put some hot glue right there to close that hole up. You don't want to leave it open. Am I recording? Why is this so crooked? I got a lot of problems going on today. All my lights weren't working. My dog needs an attitude adjustment. I had to go to Walmart. You okay? Do you want me to get your husband? Because he's still sealed in the Starlight container you've been in for the past year. No? Okay. I understand. She's like, I don't want to see anybody right now. I have this huge hole in my butt. Here we go. Sitting there holding it like some dummy. Like some big dumb dummy. Oh, probably should have kept holding it like a big dumb dummy. Again, this is not going to be seen. Don't stress yourself out. Really? Don't stress yourself out over it. We're just trying to close her back up. Is there another clamp somewhere? No. Hey, so how are you guys doing? Let me just hold this for a second. Let me try to heat sink this right here. I had to go to Walmart this morning because I needed food. And Mom was like, what you gonna get? And I was like, ham sandwiches. And she said, what do you mean? And I said, I'm just gonna get stuff to make a bunch of ham sandwiches because for some reason, that's all I want. Because I had the most excellent ham sandwich the other day and it was fantastic. Okay, so she's sealed up. She's got a little scar. You were so brave. Alright, so you're not gonna see it. I don't know why I'm showing it to you. Let's get her on. Let's get her wired to go on this wreath, I should say. Giant needle to the rescue again. I'm gonna go, wow, I'm gonna go kind of around here. but also, are these sewn on or these are glued? I mean, you could kind of go around the legs if you wanted to, but she's just going to be attached here, and I'm going to probably attach her behind her neck because this little band is right here. Just to make this a little secure, I'm going to put some glue around these and let it cool while we add our little foam balls. Okay, can you go, you go right there. All right, my lights started flickering when I turned on my skillet, so I don't know how warm this got, but it looks pretty juicy in there, so let's see how we do this. I am just gonna pick out my white ones. This would be super cute if you, I think they have pink ones for Valentine's Day that I saw, but they were like a weird pink. They're like kind of neon-y. I feel like I've been making this wreath for about a week and a half now. And y'all are like, you have. That's why the video is 3.5 hours long. Oh, you guys. You kidders. Yeah, I went to Walmart this morning, got my stuff for ham sandwiches, went and looked at the Christmas stuff. It's still 74% off, and it just looks like a garage sale. I was like, this looks worse than TJ Maxx. What's going on? But in theory, it should go down to 90% tomorrow, which that's fine, but there's nothing I want. Everything that I wanted, I got when it was 75% off, and that was just like every piece of box what they had in the store. I think I ended up with like 28 maybe. Because I went through the Christmas section, grabbed it all. I went to the floral section, grabbed it all. There's like some floral bushes left, but nothing that I was like, oh, well, that would make a pretty, like, I don't know, like poinsettias and stuff. Okay, she's gonna cover up most of here. Oh crap, it fell. And then my finger went into glue. I went to Walmart and on the drive back I had a little overhang on my cuticle because I took my nails off last night and re-put on some gel just because my nails are like so super thin. And there was some on my cuticle and I was like, you know, picking at it. I peeled the entire nail off. Well, half the nail off, and then I had to go to Walgreens to mail a wreath. And it was like half hanging off my finger, and I was like, oh my god, this is driving me crazy. So I had to come home, get the rest of it off, and there was this little tiny piece of cuticle, or I don't know what it is. I cannot get it off. I ended up gel polishing over it. I was like, whatever. I don't know what's going on. Like I hate knowing that it's there. Yeah, I mean, I can't see it right now. I like pushed it back and then I was like, whatever. If it's there, it's there. Okay, let's cover this up. Okay. I feel like this wreath is... I'm just like, I want to finish this because I feel like it's been for so long. But it's just because it's been like a week of me working on this a little bit every day. course, I put her right over where one of the little styrofoam balls is. All right, they're both back here. Now I want to pull her, but not so much. Can you see from the side? I don't want her to, I don't want that. I want her secure. I don't want her being strangled. I'm sorry, I shouldn't assume you're her just because you have a little flower necklace on. I don't know your pronouns. Those I tied together. These I'm going to tie one to the outer ring of the wreath frame, one to the inner ring, just to kind of distribute it a little bit. Oh! Really? I thought we were cool. She's like, we were cool until you sliced my butt open. I didn't like that. So again, don't pull too hard. Get it back there. Twist it around a couple times, and I probably will hit that with glue only because, well, I just want to be secure. One go right through here. Wow, and it actually went right through. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I'm just wrapping that around here. You look beautiful. You're a beautiful bunny fly. Alright, and do I think this needs other embellishments? Yes, but that's me. I'm extra. I just really feel like I want like some little Easter eggs, which you might see by the time you see pictures of this video, but for now, that's it. I'm just gonna go around real quick because I sent a wreath out the other day and I don't think I trimmed the pipe cleaners in the back, or at least tucked them in. So I messaged the buyer and I was like, hey, listen, super sorry, but I don't know that I tucked those in. I said, you can tuck them in or cut them off. And you know, it's like, I'm sorry, but it is not the customer's job to do that. So I'm trying to make an effort now, when I'm done, to tuck all of these in, make sure my zip ties are all down, hit this with some hot glue. That's, I mean, it's not gonna come, I don't think it's gonna come undone, but that couple cents of hot glue really is gonna give me some peace of mind, so. Bow? Yeah. I was like, what even is this? Oh, it's been so crappy outside. I haven't been able to take pictures of the last couple of wreaths I've done. Hopefully this afternoon, because the sun is not right now. And hopefully this afternoon I'll be able to get out there and get some pictures. Alright, where is that? That's mostly dry. I'm good with that. Fix our bows. Make sure everybody's happy, fluffy. I thought one of these I only had enough ribbon for one loop, but they all have two. Was that another wreath? Oh no, one only has one tail. Yeah, this one only has one tail. It's got two. No. Yeah, this has only got one set of tails. The other one had. The other ones have like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they have like 4. Okay. Sorry, I was like, I knew that I had to trim something. I don't remember what it was though. But yeah, let's get those spread out. Nice and neat. Let's trim this because it looks god awful. Cheap Michael's ribbon making me want to compromise my Christianity, but I'm better than that. Gotta hope it doesn't get strike, copyright and written strike for that. They think I'm Beyonce. Okay, and there we go. That's finally a wreath without one of those rectangular signs on it, and it's super cute. My mom's gonna like this one, even though she's like, it's too big. She saw it the other day when she was over here. She was like, it's too big, and I was like, it doesn't have anything on it. She's like, it's still too big, and I was like, all right, Mom, you're right. Everything's too big. Everything's too big. I see right there. If you have your pipe cleaner sticking up, sometimes you can actually stick the little ball onto it, but you still want to be able to glue it as well. See, that one kind of went in, but not really, but it's fine. All right, so finally done. I can move on to, I think I'm going to do St. Patrick's Day next, because I haven't done a St. Patrick's Day wreath since last year. And I've just done 18 Easter wreaths in a row. So I will see you guys later. Long version. Yeah, long version's up today because the short version will have voiceover. All right, guys. Bye.